guys, and welcome to my channel. I'm Miley, and yes, this is my everyday look. In my last video, I tackled the Met Gala challenge where I took Blake Lively's 2018 Met Gala look and made it out of plastic and tape. If you didn't see that video, I will put a link in the description down below. Make sure you go check it out. I thought the perfect video to follow up how I made the dress is how I did my hair and makeup and also how I made this headpiece. So, without further ado, let's get started. To start this look off, I'm going to start with makeup. When I do makeup, I always start with eyes because if there's any fallout from the eyeshadow, I can just kind of wipe it away and you don't disrupt any of your foundation. Before I can start my eyeshadow, I have to prime my eyes, so I will be using my P. Louise base in the color 02. Or is it Rumour 02? One of those. Now that my eyes are all nice and primed, I am going to be starting with eyeshadow. For this makeup look, I am going to be using the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Bling Boss palette. It is this beautiful purple and pink eyeshadow palette. The first color I am going to be using is Hush Hush. Taking a nice big old fluffy brush, I am going to be dipping into that color and working it on the outer corner of my eye up towards my brow bone above my crease. The look is really nice and blended out and really romantic, so you want to make sure you have no harsh edges anywhere. So there will be a lot of blending out in this eyeshadow look. Taking a nice big flat crease brush, I am going in with the color Rockstar. I am putting this on the outer corner of my lid and a little under where we put the color Hush Hush. I'm taking the color Glitz and Glam and going to pack that in the center of my lid. And to finish off the eyeshadow for right now, I am taking the color Bling Bling and going to pop it on the inner corner. To keep this eye look nice and soft, I will not be using any liquid liner. I am using the Smashbox Always Sharp 3D liner in the color 3D Orchid. Before I get started with mascara and lashes, I'm going to quickly fill in my brows. The brows look really nice and soft, nothing too crazy, so I will be using my LA Girl Brow Pomade in the color Blonde. Even though I have brunette hair, I find that when I use a blonde coloring, it makes it look really nice and soft, fills in my brows a little bit, but doesn't have a really harsh look. Brows are done. For mascara and lashes, same as brows, it doesn't look like there's anything too crazy happening. So I am going to be using my Maybelline Falsies mascara with my Ardelle Trio lashes and just popping a few on the outside. Bring the beat in. probably making a really ugly face right now. Okay, we're moving in the right direction. Okay, Miley, you're annoying. I got lash glue in my hair. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, eyes are complete. I have a few other things I still have to do to them, but that will come after foundation and all that stuff. Now, let's move on to my face. Look is really nice and matte, so to make sure that my foundation stays nice and matte, I am using It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Primer. Primer done. For my foundation is not here. Okay, where's my foundation? It's hiding in place. It's right here. Make sure that this look stays even matter. I am using Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. Speed up the process of putting on foundation. I always start with a brush to just kind of get it on there. Then once I have it all swooped on there, I go in with my beauty blender and really make sure it's nice and evened out. For this makeup look, Blake is really nice and bright through her eyes and nose and chin area. So using my Juvia's Place concealer in the color 20, I'm going to go in and kind of highlight and brighten the under eyes and the center of my face. Set my under eyes. I am using the Covergirl Advanced Radiance Pressed Powder, and using that same beauty blender, I'm just going to tap right under the eye. Some color back to the face, I am using my Makeup Forever Pro Bronze Fusion. This is a really bronzy makeup look, so I want to be really nice and bronzed. And this look has a little bit of contouring in the cheekbone area. So using my Morphe bronzer palette, I am just going to be adding a little bit of contour in the cheekbone area. Doesn't look like this makeup look has a ton of blush in it. I am going to be using my Morphe Pop of Coral blush palette and taking the color Unapologetic. It's a nice brownie pink, so it will not add too much blush to this look. What I can tell, this look is really nice and matte. It doesn't look like Blake is wearing any highlighter, so I will be skipping highlighter. And while I have this blush palette out, I am taking that same color, Unapologetic. I'm going to pop this color on the outer corner of my eye to add a little bit more pink to the eyeshadow look. Now that my face is done, to set my makeup, I am using my Maybelline Lasting Fix Matte Finisher. For lips, to finish off this look, I am using two products, ColourPop's Times Square, and I am using Wet n Wild's Mega Slip Lip Gloss in the color My Cherry Amour. That is the makeup look complete. Now let's get started with hair. But before I get started with hair, I'm going to quickly show you how I made the headpiece for this look. So, take it away, voiceover Miley.
Thanks. Not voiceover Miley. This headpiece was pretty easy to make, and I only burned my finger 3 times, so I take that as a success. Taking some thin metal wiring I had laying around from this time I was really into jewelry making, I formed it into a circle 2 inches in diameter. And once that was done, I took some little bendy straws I had laying around and started to glue them to the metal circle. And I found that gluing and wrapping a part of them around the circle was the best strategy for making them really nice and sturdy. And once I had straws going around the whole circle, I spray painted it gold. Once gold, I added some rhinestones and cut down every other straw, and boom, you got yourself a headpiece. Now let's style this hair. To prep my hair, I used a heat protectant spray and my Tresemme Micro Mist.Spray. The stuff is really nice and light, so it's not gonna weigh down your hair. Then, sectioning off my hair, I started to curl using a 1-inch flat iron. For this hairdo, I wanted to focus more on texture, so I'm only curling to add texture to my hair and not necessarily for the curl. And yeah, I stuck with voiceovers for styling my hair because I wanted to have a dance party, because curling your hair and not listening to music is really boring. So now we get to play the game of what song is Miley singing? As I moved through the hair, I wanted to get a nice lift to the hair and the curl as close to the root as possible. There is a lot of texture and wispiness in this hairdo, and this is why I also chose to use a flat iron, because I'm able to get a nice lift and curl closer to the root. And I didn't care much about what the ends looked like. It was really all about focusing all my attention on that root. Finally, once all my hair was curled, I started to comb out those curls using my fingers and pushing the hair back. I added some dry shampoo to the roots. I love the texture and grit it adds to hair for volume and texture when styling. Forming this updo, I found the front to be the most important part to get right. It's very teased out and there's lots of wispy sticking out. Taking the front of my hair section by section, I would tease the hair, and then before I would pin it, I would take the pick end of one of my combs and pick out the section to add some wispies sticking out and softness to each section. And I continued this process throughout the front of my hair, teasing and then picking out that section. And as far as pinning went, there was a top section and then 2 side sections. Also, if you do try out this hairstyle, make sure to leave plenty of wispies out to frame your face. And once all the front was pinned, to add some extra wispiness, I sprayed the front and started to pull at each section some more. Now it's time to form that bun. I didn't try to get the bun exactly like Blake's hairdos, because although I can do a lot of things, seeing in the back of my head is not something I can do. Taking the top section of hair, I twisted it and then formed it into a bun. I then pinned the very end of that section, and at first I only pinned the very end so I could take the hair in that twist and pull at it to loosen up the hair. Once it was nice and loose, then I began to pin all around it. Once that was done, I separated out the bottom of my hair into 2 sides. Taking one side, I twisted it and pulled the hair in that twist to loosen it up. Once the hair was nice and loose, I took the left section and pulled it up towards the right side of my head, pinned the very end of that twist, and then pinned where it felt loose. and repeated the same steps on the other side. After that, using my handheld mirror, I checked if I missed any pieces and also checked where I needed to pin it out some more. And this is my version of Blake's hair all complete. The final step in styling this hair, I put some light curl in those wispies that are framing the face and then pinned that headpiece into the bun. To complete this look, I added some earrings I got from Free People, and I wrapped an old chain that I had from my great-grandmother around my wrist.
And that is it, guys. That is how I did my hair and makeup, how I made this headpiece, and also the accessories I wore for the photo shoot. If you would like to see more videos like this, please let me know and comment down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification button so that you know when I post, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys!